All right, so after you've finished the pose-to-pose animations, you'll have something that looks kind of like this when you test your movie. Now, this is going a little bit fast. We want the viewer to be able to see what's going on a little bit more. So in order to do that, we're going to convert this so that it's animated on the twos. Now, with a short animation like this works. You can do it. If you start getting into a longer animation, you can still do it, but it starts to become much more time consuming. So you want to establish early on if you are going to animate on the ones or the twos. In this case, animating on the twos will probably work a little bit better because it's going to make for a little bit slower action. Okay, so I'm going to close that up. I'm still on my fit to window. And at this point, all I need to do is target each frame that I want. I'm going to press F5 once. So F5 is going to create a regular frame in there. And I'm going to go through my entire sequence of the jumper and add a new frame onto each one. So it's going to end up at frame 24, exactly 1 second long. Right? And then I need to do the same for the fire because the fire needs to continue on out. Another option, if you like the speed of your fire, you can click and drag across it. Now, earlier I talked about being able to click and move a frame. If you click it once and go like that, you'll move it, which we don't want to do. But if you want to select a number of frames, you click and hold and then drag across the frames you want. So if I take this like so, and I right click, I get an option here to copy frames. All right, so I copy the frames and I click on the next frame forward. I right click on that and I want to paste frames. Okay, so I've got my fire that comes through and we'll continue on. The other thing I can do is if I select that second half of them, I right click, I can choose to reverse those frames as well. So if I reverse the frames, then it'll come across a little bit more smoothly and it will end at exactly the same point that it starts. And in this one, I just need to click once and drag it all the way to the end, and it's going to make a new frame there. And that's fine because those don't move. So even though it's got a keyframe, that's okay. So when I test my movie, he's jumping over it much more smoothly and we can see the action. The flames are still moving pretty fast. If you slowed yours down, if you went ahead and did it on the twos, that's fine. So we now have a 1 second animation, whereas before we only had a half-second animation. So it takes them a full second to jump over the fire. Ta-da. All right. Once you're finished with it, go ahead and turn it in and call it done.